Where do you think they will be aggressive in free agency? And do you think like they have targets in mind already? I don't know that you've dug that far as because there's so much that changes as teams start releasing players, but like are there folks out there you find interesting?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say just because of, like you said, like we see who ultimately ends up actually testing the market or not, right?
Right.
But I think defensive end stands out as a position where you would think that they'd be looking at that veteran market. Trey Hendrickson set to become a free agent as somebody who, he's over 30, but I would say is still, in his prime as a player. You have a few edge rushers kind of in that older range, Khalil Mack, a couple others out there, and then cornerback. I think is the other position that you really look at. Whether it's a Jamel Dean with the Bucks, or some other players out there. Maybe you can get younger and stronger at cornerback. Those are the two positions I think that are across the board are the two biggest needs on the team. I would say pretty confidently, and so I would think that they would look at those two spots in free agency, but. I think everything's on the table. Like I said earlier, they need help pretty much all over the place, and so those two positions, they end up being two of the more expensive ones in the league. So if you're going to make a big splash, it makes sense to do it there. But I wouldn't be surprised, if we see them make a flurry of signings in free agency.